Hey there, this is just a little message to encourage you to tend to your own inner care today. I want to ask you, what was the last time you had a retreat of sorts? And when I say this, I kind of mean some time away that you absolutely loved. Perhaps it was a holiday, it was time away with friends, something that gave you loads of joy. And what I want to offer you today is just a way of remembering the value of really careful reintegration of ourselves back into our day-to-day really busy lives following a holiday, a weekend away, or any kind of like retreat type experience. Following a lovely time away that involves, for us a sense of freedom and exploration, or just a really, really great laugh that's left our bodies feeling nurtured and our hearts really full. It can feel really jarring to suddenly kind of face that harsh reality of a demanding job, a difficult relationship, or any challenging situation that you tend to have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. And all too often we tell ourselves to just, right, it's over now, get over it, it's gone. We're just going to have to suck it up. But there's a very, very necessary practice of care to be observed following any mindfulness retreat. And as a way, this is as a way of carrying, much of what was experienced into our ongoing lives for the benefit of everybody around us. Now, I realized that my own holiday this year felt every bit the mindfulness retreat. And so when I came back on my return, I consciously decided to do everything that I could to just kind of keep in touch with the experience, knowing that this contact with it would help nurture the afterglow and sustain me as I kind of made my necessary transition back into a busy life. How many of us, land back home and just feel like the bubbles burst and we really struggle to raise the energy just to get back to it. And, there's real value for us in acknowledging feelings of sadness and loss. This is something that we've really looked forward to for ages and now it's gone. So, do just pause and honor any such feelings by noticing them. But hopefully, the key takeaway today that I want to offer you is the invitation to really take active steps to intentionally cultivate a sense of connection with our joy filled experience that was. This is a massively life affirming and a proven way of enhancing well being and healing at a time when we're physically and emotionally compromised as a result of our loss. Now, this is not about clinging to something that's past, it's about nurturing ourselves so that in the days that follow, the afterglow and the joy that we experience can kind of ripple out. And it has the potential then to touch others. All too often in varying situations, there's this tendency to kind of move quickly on and brush things aside. So, as a way of keeping the afterglow alight, take as much opportunity to talk about your lovely time with anyone who's happy to listen. Best of all, with whoever you shared your time with. Give yourself permission to just say, oh, I just need to keep talking about this. Do you remember such and such? And do you remember that? And do you remember when we went to his? And do you remember this? And let them know that this is a really important part of reintegration for you and looking after yourselves. And maybe you could just decide to have a little bit of designated time, together or just with yourself to maybe just create a little photo book and we'll send off for hard copies, of pictures and frame them because it's going to keep you smiling. Keep in touch with the friends that you went away with diligently for the following week or two. Take a few moments to sit and just remember, just bringing to mind the best bits and just savor them and notice with curiosity where you feel this in your body. Breathe with it, perhaps imagining that you could kind of like expand the sensation. And most importantly, give yourself permission to do this. It's not soft, it's not overly sentimental, it's a necessary way of tending to yourself with care, following something that you did that was lovely and you enjoyed it and it's now past. Okay? So, hoping that this resonates in some way and perhaps you can begin practicing this.